teachers, then they might go and approach the other kids, and then those kids will come back and bully me even more. Do you have anything comment on that?
And this is where I go back to tell a trusted adult. Tell adult that you can trust.
Okay.
Tell adult that you can trust and you can do something about it. Teachers usually can do something about it, but sometimes they're like, okay, go make up and hold hands. And sometimes that is the case, sadly. So it may be something else. Like multiple times I heard stories when kids even told janitors about it, and they did something more than the teachers. It's ridiculous who they tell, but whatever helps you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you tell the wrong person, it may get worse. That's why you need to tell a trusted, a loyal, somebody you can trust and you think can make a big change to what's going on to you. And do it immediately. When you're getting bullied, the first day you're getting bullied, go tell them. Don't wait till the last day when you're about to think, maybe I should just end it all here and just end my life. Don't do it then. Just when you feel like you're being picked on or you're not comfortable, tell them it's okay.
That's excellent advice. I'm so happy that Jerry is able to give such good advice coming from personal experience, because we're going over the 10 Commandments for loving yourself. And our topic today, as I said earlier, is do not accept toxic word. Nobody out there should accept anything toxic to them. Everybody out there deserves to feel worthy, to hear good things about themselves. And it's so important because bullying is really on the rise, to be able to take action when that's happening to you so you can get the help that you need. And Jerry gave really good advice again today that tell a trusted adult if you're being bullied. I just want to warn everybody out there that sometimes physical or even verbal abuse when you're leaving a situation like that can be very dangerous. You want to have a safety person in place before you do it on your own, and get on the right path, and you can be successful and get the life that you deserve. And anybody can do it with the right help. Is that right, Jerry?
Yes, and I also want to say something. So you're probably thinking from what I'm saying, God, this bullying person is a murderer, a hater, and he's so bad, he's not a human. Well, even people homeless on the street, even people, doctors that save lives, even firemen, they're all just normal humans. So are bullies. So if you think, oh my God, this guy sucks, he's horrible, it is partly his fault, but there's always something else going on. And it's usually the parents at home that they bully the child bullies somebody else at school, and it's just a continuous painful cycle.
That's right. And some people out there don't realize that they're bullying others. They're so used to maybe being treated in a certain way that they might think that's how you interact with other people. So this is why it's so important to be able to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, get the help that you need, so that way you can get on the path to loving yourself and loving your life.
Absolutely.
Jerry, I want to thank you for joining our show today. It's been a great pleasure to have you here. You're an inspiration to everybody, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for letting me talk to you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here today with Thiwat from one of the Rhode Island colleges. And Thiwat, our special topic is do not accept toxic words. Now, what do you have to say about that?
Well, you'd have to define to me what toxic words means to you.
Demeaning words, put downs, anything that's a put down, a derogatory name. There's a lot of that in families. If someone, like a brother or sister or a friend, gives that to you, how do you handle it?
The way I handle it, I just flat out tell them that I don't appreciate what they're saying to me, and that it's just harmful and it hurts emotionally, and I wouldn't like to hear it anymore.
Okay, so you say, I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good, that's good. You stand up for yourself. What are the consequences, the effects for a person if they do get toxic words and they don't stand up for themselves? What could happen?
I believe that if you don't stand up for yourself, it's just going to keep happening. And obviously, if you don't like it, which you shouldn't, it's just going to get worse, and you actually do have to stop it right there and then.
I agree. And if someone does give you toxic words, you could just say, I don't accept that. What about bullying? anyone bullied you, or if you don't mind me asking, were you ever a bully?
Growing up, I was a little bit of the bully just because of my size, and I was kind of labeled that way. But yeah, it's not a fun thing. You don't enjoy it. I mean, it just sometimes happens, honestly.
That you become a bully?
Yeah.
Okay. What prompts the bully to be a bully?
I mean, just feeling like you don't fit in, like your back's against the wall, like that type of feeling. Just like if you were being bullied, it's like the same thing. Pretty much.
What are ways that we could stop the bully from bullying? Some people say the bully is bullying because he didn't get enough love when he was a child. But if you see someone in the hallway getting bullied and you don't even know that person, what would you do?
If I didn't know the person, honestly, I would step in because I don't like to see people getting bullied.
You would or you wouldn't?
I would step in.
Okay. What might you say?
I would just tell them, like, what you're doing is wrong, you know. There's other ways to solve whatever the problem is that you two have.
What? You mentioned that you did a little bullying when you were younger. Now, how did you stop?
I just didn't feel good about it, and I had mentors talk to me about just becoming calmer and just not bullying other kids, so I listened and didn't bully anymore.
That's great to know. Well, thank you so much. Hello, Leah. Thanks for joining us. Our special topic is do not accept toxic words. Now, what do you have to say about that?
I think that's a true statement. I think, bullying and all that, like, you shouldn't just accept it. You should stand up for yourself and find people to support you and stuff like that.
Good advice. Have you ever had any experience being a bully or getting bullied, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, in high school, definitely. I don't know anyone that didn't get bullied, at least a little bit, especially with, like, social media and all that.
That's true. Now, what could be some of the consequences to a young person or any person who is getting bullied?
Consequences of getting bullied?
Yes.
It definitely hurts your self-esteem. That's the biggest thing. It can make you feel alone.
Considering toxic words, they could do a number on your mental health. Now, what I want to ask you is, what if you saw someone getting bullied down the hall and you didn't really know that person? What might you do?
I might just go up to the person getting bullied and ask if they wanted to come grab some coffee or just, like, invite them to get out of the situation.
That's a great move. It's like a diversion.
That way, even if they don't know you, it just gets them out of the situation.
Great.
Well, we certainly heard some very helpful tips out on the streets today, talking to, Jerry Orrs, founder of Kids Resources, and he's on an anti-bullying campaign. His advice should be really taken to heart, and that is seek to speak with someone that you trust. Don't keep it in and wait for it to get worse. That was excellent advice. I'm so glad that Jerry shared that with us today. And also with Thiwat out on the street, a former bully speaks up and says that sometimes the bullies don't even know why they're doing it themselves, that they too don't fit in, and that's how they handle it. Now, Leah was saying that self-esteem is really a problem, because it really is. The internal critical voice that develops from having others are listening to these toxic messages that go into your mind, they play over and over and over again. They're more damaging than people realize. And so that's why it's so important to block and replace. As I mentioned earlier, you can just say, I don't accept that. Sometimes you can just keep it to yourself quietly and mentally think it out, but it's more effective if you even whisper it. I don't accept that. That way you hear it and it goes back into your mind. I'm not accepting that, okay? So again, I'm going to remind everybody out there that physical abuse or any kind of abuse, you want to seek help. We're not meant to fend for ourselves all the time. But you have to find the right help. People that you trust, get into the right channels that can help you out, okay? So, because when you like yourself, you will not accept toxic words. No one out there deserves to accept toxic words. Even the bullies need help. However, we're talking about taking control of our lives and learning to love ourselves. That way, we can have our own control over what we're doing. Can't always control what other people are doing. So, remember, when you like yourself, you will not accept toxic words. You deserve to have the love that you're looking for and be able to accept it when it comes your way. And I hope everybody out there has a great day.
Sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong. Who knows the answer? Let's agree as one. It's much too late for war, not peace. It makes no sense for human eyes to feed, 'cause you can't see.